How's it going, everybody? Just wanted to do a update video on my Russian Saiga in 7.62x39. Just kind of wanted to do a kind of somewhat conversion update. Finally, after so long, I've been waiting to get the parts, but I just never really ended up spending money to actually buy them. But finally I said I'm just going to go and get them and be done with it. But I finally got the handguard retainer conversion, the one that you get from Carolina Shooter Supply. I really like this one versus the one I had on my old Saiga 223, because that one you actually had to Dremel down on the barrel a little bit to allow the bolt to go through. This one's a lot nicer where it just clamps over, and you don't have to do any modifications to the barrel, so it's really nice. The other thing I finally did is got the Ultimac, and then I took my Bushnell TRS 25 that I had on my mini Draco AK pistol. I took that off and put it on there because honestly this red dot was supposed to be for this rifle anyways. And you know, that mini Draco's, it's kind of a close quarter type weapon anyway, so you know, I was okay just running iron sights on that particular gun for right now. So finally I got my red dot back on there for the rifle that was supposed to be for, the Ultimac handguard retainer. So now I got traditional AK handguards you can use. I got this old Tapco handguard that I had for a long time. Really happy with it. I had it on my other Walser 10 and everything. It has a heat shield in there, so even though it is polymer, it does have a heat shield. And you know, I've done lots of shooting with it, and I hadn't had any problems with this particular handguard. I like how nice and flat it is. It's not big and bulky. It's lightweight, and just I got the Tapco stubby vertical grip on there. So this ain't the best handguard in the world. It ain't no nice aluminum one, but you know, to me, it's a weight saver. It's nice, streamlined, and it's simple enough for what I want it to do. So that's that. So that's pretty much the new parts. Well, these aren't new, of course, but so I finally got the Ultimac and handguard retainer. As far as the update on the GunTech muzzle brake, you know, in the previous video I had before of this gun, the muzzle brake ended up breaking on me. It was actually the bolts seared in half. I'm sure I could have tried to extract the bolts out of there and put new ones, but it was pretty much well down inside where I couldn't get really anything to grab onto it so I could unthread it out. So I ended up just welding it to the actual gun itself now. Honestly, it's kind of something I kind of wish I wouldn't have done, but I wish I would have tried to extract it so I could put bolts back on there, but of course I didn't, and it is what it is. So, but other than that, I mean, it's been fine now after I welded it on, and hasn't had any problems since, you know. One thing I did, again, it was kind of one of those things I probably shouldn't have done, but I could easily take it off if I wanted to. But I was wanting a way to take out magazines without actually having to, well, basically I just wanted like a quick release type method. So I ended up just with some scrap steel I had, I ended up welding up a little, kind of like a little paddle, I guess, you know. That way I could just use my index finger and take the magazines out that way. Still have the cheap ATI grip, you know, not this thing that I had for a long time now. It's hard plastic, not nice and squishy or rubbery or nothing, but you know, I'm happy with it. It's comfortable, and you know, I have no complaints with it really. And I'm running still the cheapo ATI folding stock and collapsible. You know, again, it's not the best part in the world, but you know, I'm real happy with it. And I like the fact that you can fold it and also collapse it. You know, I like the collapsing feature just for the fact different lengths of pull. And I find if I'm bench resting this gun, I actually like it with a longer length of pull. And of course, if I'm shouldering it, like standing, I always collapse it all the way in, and it's a perfect length of pull for me for that that way. One little cheap model I did, or mod I did, was put a little swing swivel or swing swivel into the stock, so that way I can put a 1-point sling mount. Again, just a cheap modification I did. Another modification I did actually just recently was I instead of buying a $40 safety selector, I ended up notching it out so you know you can lock the bolt carrier back all the way. And I also again put a piece of metal and welded it on there so that way I have a extended safety. Basically I can do it with one hand, and so that way I don't have to come over here and pull it down, and it actually works out pretty nice. So I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Just basically again scrap metal, put it in a vise and bent it, and then welded it on and drilled a hole through the safety lever and then welded through it. So pretty happy with that. As far as all the new modifications, that's pretty much it. And of course the old modification is the the left side charging handle. Was basically just a adjustment tool for the front sight. The ones that come in the little round tubes that go into your buttstock, which that kind of sounded wrong in a way, but whatever. But this is the one that comes with those little kits, and I just now it's been welded on, and it was long at one. It was a lot longer, but then I ended up taking a drum wheel and cutting it off and shortening it up a little bit because it was a little bit too long. So other than that, as far as modification, that's pretty much it. As far as any more mods, I'm pretty much done. I wanted it just to make it as simple as I could, but add certain things to make it the way I wanted it. And I tried to make it as lightweight as I could. Simple things like I wanted a extended mag release, and then the left side charging handle, and then the safety selector, and just a little stubby grip. Obviously I'm not holding it like this, and usually using it like this, and I can rest my thumb on this particular rail. And of course my push now, which is co-witness with the irons. Excuse me. So yeah, other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Again, a few things I wish I wouldn't have done, but it's too late now. Well, I could change it if I wanted to, I guess, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think there's really anything else I want to add to it. I think it's pretty much done now. Finally I got red dot mounted on there now, and finally got the handguard retainer conversion done. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with it. And as far as like a flashlight, I got one on my handgun that if I ever needed to have a flashlight on this rifle, I could easily take it off and put it on this little Picatinny rail on the side here or so. But other than that, that is it. I have not tried it with the Ultimac yet. It is sighted into my mini Draco, so when I put it on here and I look through and turn it on, and it's pretty close to my iron sights actually, where the red dot is, so I'm thinking hopefully I shouldn't have to adjust it too much. So I'm planning on going Sunday and trying it out and everything, see how this Ultimac performs, make sure there's no problems. But everything seems to operate smoothly when the piston seems to operate smoothly, not bind up or nothing, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, I've been really wanting this Ultimac for a long time, and so I finally spent the $100 or so and bought it. So definitely expensive, but it is a nice optics mount system basically. I had this used to be one of those dust cover ones where I had the Picatinny rails on there, and it did work, but it's just not a good way to mount an optic. Obviously this is a good way too on the side of the receiver, but the negative of that is that it does make a really jacked up cheek weld. And also now that I got this on here, obviously that rail covers like this, so this charging handle would not go through. So, and of course there's the ones that have the ones that go replace your sights and attach to the back. Those seem like they were pretty nice too. But overall, this is, I think, the way to go. The Ultimac system, it gives you a nice low profile so you can still co-witness, and it's just, I think it's probably one of the better systems out there, just in my opinion. But anyways, so that's that. Not the coolest looking AK, but just kind of some things I did to it that I'm kind of wanted. I wanted a collapsing stock just so I can have different lengths of pull, and plus the reason why I opted for this stock is just I like the fact you can, like I said, you can fold it so you can make it compact, you know, for whatever reason you may need it compact. And so other than that, it does have a pretty nice lockup. So, but yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, or you know, please go ahead and feel free to leave a comment and everything. And thanks for watching.